Poor kick, and I'm just wondering why he's worrying about kicking the ball.
Pick up the 5'8", the player for Australia. To Sullivan. Raudonikis. Starling. Fulton. Straight across field. Fulton looking for the gaps. He's awfully close. 5 yards out. Good searching run by the centre, coming inside the defence all the time. Raudonikis. O'Reilly. No, Raudonikis has it. Langlands. Ambrum. He's a hard runner. He'll score. First try of the match, scored by George Ambrum in his first Test match, and Australia leads by 3 points to 0.
Well, a good long pass there by Graham Langlands gave George Ambrum a bit of room, and he ran very strong, a very strong bumping run, and forced his way past three tacklers.
To Harris. He's a hard runner too, and look at the winger. Referee Holman was knocked to the ground. Not a good pass by the New Zealanders. Sorensen to run it out on the blind side. Straight into Beatson, and what a tackle. You don't want to cop too many of those in one day from Arthur Beatson. Orchard. Quick passing now by the New Zealanders. That's better play. Christian out to Philip Orchard. Ambrum has it. Ambrum will be in for his second try. Well, what a great start to an international career. George Ambrum in for his second try. Australia going to a lead of 8 points to 0. 21 minutes gone. And let's have a look at that try. Ambrum second. 2 tackles to go for Australia. O'Reilly. Pick up. Quick long pass. Fulton. Fulton over halfway. Ambrum is coming in field. Fulton can't outpace them, and ankle tap by Williams. He'll see a scrum being set with Fulton taking play to inside the New Zealand 25.
Well, that was great work by Pickup, the 5'8". He got that pass away beautifully to Bobby Fulton there as the defence was bearing right down on him. He wasn't overawed at all. Coolly and calmly got the pass away and directed it well.
Christian in the centres. Starling the tackler. Brereton now. Gets away from Harris. Pickup coming across. And Sullivan. Great tackle, Sullivan. Quick pass out to Ambrum. Not into touch. He'll play it. Last tackle to go for Australia. Pick up. Good dummy by the 5'8". Pick up is up to Beatson. The prop forward down the middle of the field. Standing up, waiting for the support. Knocked back, ruled by referee Holman. Pick up. And that is play on. New Zealand gaining. Sorry, before half-time, and the scrum is 20 yards out from the New Zealand line. An Australian ball with Raudonikis flicking up with Fulton. Langlands, well tackled. It's Raudonikis. Good sharp break. McCarthy. McCarthy is close. His momentum almost took him over there. Langland's a dummy half. That's Sullivan. He's over. Australia's third try, scored by lock forward Gary Sullivan. Australia leading now 13 points to 0. 9 minutes to go before half time.
Well, that was a short, determined run there by Gary Sullivan.
Raudonikis just short of the 25 for Australia. Australia leading now by 13 points to 0. 3 tries have been scored and 2 goals. And the break by McCarthy takes play up towards halfway. He's too fast for Whittaker. Pickup is going with him. Whittaker's catching on him and lost the ball. Whittaker, the New Zealand fullback.
Well, that was great determination by Whittaker. He stuck with McCarthy, who's a very fast man, and finally got to him and got the ball out off him.
Green grass to play it for New Zealand, just outside the New Zealand 25. New Zealand see the kick go through to Langlands. Up to halfway.
I only wish for the sake of New Zealand that their big prop forward Orchard would worry more about running with the ball than kicking the ball as he is. He's kicked it away to Graham Langlands on a couple of occasions now.
Raudonikis to play it. Pickup. Beatson wide. Starling. Finds the gap. Good dummy. Starling is through the defence. This is another try to Australia. A good run. The movement finished off by a perfect dummy by Starling to bring up Australia's 4th try. Beatson. Up to halfway now. Play on. 4 tackles to go now for Australia. Good pass by Elford to Fulton. Fulton around Whittaker, going for the corner. Fulton will score again for Australia. Covered. Kick through by Raudonikis. Whittaker having to drop back for it. Now the Australian forwards moving up immediately. There's Raudonikis, the kicker, to get his man. Beatson, the tackler. Good tackle. Christian with the ball. That's a strong driving tackle by Elford.
That's the sort of tackle I'd like to see the Kiwis exploiting. That was a beautiful tackle by Elford.
New Zealand in trouble again to run play out from the play it, and the New Zealanders now only just coming back on side. Sullivan chasing the ball towards the touchline. Well picked up by Harris. And against the New Zealanders, offside, you could see that. There were several of them standing in front of the man with the ball. It's a quick tap kick for Australia, keeping the pressure on. McCarthy. Australia midway between the New Zealand 25 and half. Let's pick up. Elford. On the burst pickup. Up to the 25, support inside Walters, away to Sullivan on his way to the line. That's another try, and Sullivan second. That try to Australia coming through, good backing up. The break's made and men there to back up all the time. 24 points to the score. We'll have a look at the try and action replay. It's Gailey. Krilatic's kick is for the touchline. Harris didn't knock on, but it's good work by Krilatic. New Zealand regain, and Krilatic could have been away had he not tripped. Orchard now. New Zealand still in possession, midway between the Australian half and 25. Krilatic. New Zealand lock having a fair game in the second half. He's on the Australian 25. Orchard. Brereton, the winger. Greengrass. Gailey. Fisher. Starling, the halfback. And Raudonikis sticking with him, but letting him go. Nice tackle by Sullivan. New Zealand taking play to halfway. It's Fisher. Again, Sullivan, the tackler. Brereton. And Beatson, the tackler, not putting his man into touch. Whittaker is away. Whittaker could score for Australia, who will for New Zealand. First try of the match for New Zealand, scored by fullback Whittaker. Australia 26, New Zealand 7. 20 minutes to go in the match. And Australia leading with 13 minutes remaining. Orchard's kick up towards halfway, not into touch. Is now, Langland's touched it, but it means that New Zealand don't get the advantage of an automatic second kick. Scrum to go down just on halfway. For New Zealand, Williams has moved into 5'8", and O'Sullivan into the centres. Pick up to Ambrum. Got straight through Greengrass. Ambrum has really had a fine test debut today, scoring 2 tries and being a solid runner. Raudonikis now. another of the new boys in the Australian Test side. O'Reilly, Beatson, Pickup, Fulton, has McCarthy going inside. McCarthy's there. McCarthy in to score for Australia. An orthodox move, centre running wide, inside to a forward backing up. Australia's 7th try, 29 points to 9.
Here's it alive and possibly try and pick up a try.
5 minutes to go now. Australia leading 31 points to 11. Scrum is just inside the Australian half and served by Raudonikis. It's Williams. Christian and O'Sullivan, the replacement player. Fisher to play it. Last tackle for New Zealand. Williamson ran onto it nicely. To Harris. Australia 10 yards from halfway. Walters. Raudonikis. What a good break by the halfback. Great run, looking for the support. It's there. McCarthy over the 25, on his way to the line. Another try to Bob McCarthy. That try started by halfback Tommy Raudonikis. Australia 34, New Zealand 11. 4.5 minutes to go. Here's that try in action.
Program for New Zealand, one of them being Robin Orchard, the prop forward. I feel that a lot of that weight is surplus, and this applies to a fair few of those New Zealand forwards. I think they're overweight. They probably haven't had a chance yet to get conditioned. They probably could be said they should have been conditioned before they came, but they've had a very short time in Australia to condition themselves, and they're obviously just not test match fit at this stage.
Pick up. O'Reilly. Beatson. It's pick up. Fulton. Got around Gailey quite easily. McCarthy has Ambrum outside. Ambrum down the touchline, down to Whittaker. Whittaker coming across. McCarthy, no. Fulton knocked on the line, no try.
Well, another great run by Ambrum. He showed probably more pace than we thought he had there. He looked as though he might have just got away, but Whittaker had a bit too much pace for him, and that's not surprising because we saw Whittaker run down Bob McCarthy, who had a big start over him in the first half. But it was a strong, determined run by the Georgie M.
Play almost up to full time. The clock showing less than a minute to go. Australia leading 36 points to 11, and the siren sounds now. Play will restart, however. Pick up to the 25. And that is the end of the match. Australia defeating New Zealand by 36 points to 11. For Australia, 2 tries each to Ambrum, Sullivan and McCarthy, 1 each to Starling and Fulton. Langland's kicked 6 goals. For New Zealand, a try scored by Whittaker and Robert Orchard kicked